Hey everybody, how's it going? How's it going, everybody? I'm just gonna wait for people to show up. I'm gonna put we'll put the coffee goal up here just in case because it doesn't need to be up there. But hey, how's it going, everybody? Not the longest time to talk. I didn't stream on Monday or Wednesday. I'm sorry about that. I was very tired. I was very tired indeed. But yeah, hey everybody. Sorry for the late night stream. Normally we'd be streaming at we wouldn't be streaming on Thursday at all. Hold on. Let me get the link. Hey everybody, how's it going? I want to talk to you guys. How's it going? Skibbity. Yes, very much. Well, I'm wearing the shirt. I'll tell you guys it in a second. We're going to wait for a few more people to show up. We did just start the stream today, guys. But yeah, so it's on my second week. You shaved? I did, yeah. Hey, Nooble. Hey, Trashy. How's everyone doing today? I'm very tired. It's not a hard job, but it is a tiring job just because, you know, you're doing stuff today. But hey, so I'm wearing a shirt. So, my job is I work for charities, to help gather funds. So I'm basically, wait, does you getting a new job mean you won't do YouTube as much? I mean, yeah, Michael, kind of. I literally would be homeless if I didn't, you know? So that's unfortunately one of the realities of life is that now I have to waste, well, not waste. I'm trying to do something good with my time, but, yeah, I literally have to be out of the home, which means I can't be editing like from 9 to 6. And then when I get home, I'm very tired. So more likely you're going to see me live streaming more than actually uploading videos. But I'm still around. I'm not going to be, and hi everybody over on Twitch as well. Yeah. What's so funny? Well, I can't imagine having two jobs. Can you please, Lucas, I'm asking for donations myself, buddy. Yeah, nah, sorry, man. Can't help out. Sing the song? What song? The Skibby Toilet song? I did shave, yeah. Hi, Ethan. But yeah, no, it's basically, honestly, it's kind of like these live streams, but it's for a good cause. I do, yeah, but the company I work for basically has me, I stand at those booths. I stand at those booths that you see outside of like random stores sometimes where people are like, hey, I'm working for a charity. Can you get a donation? That's kind of my job. No, Jake, you're a little tone deaf with the questions. Today's not a Manaf day. Today is a talk with chat day. It's all good though. I'm not in a bad mood or anything. I'm just tired. You watched me for 8 years? Thanks, man. Will you be dressing up as Santa for Christmas? No. I work for animals, guys. So anyway, what I do is we ask for donations in our community to cover the vaccination and adoption fees for animals. It's supposed to just help animals, like, because I'm in Texas where they don't have laws that say, oh, what do you do with the overflow on a shelter if it's too full? Yeah, they kill them. So what we do is we try to stop that by getting them adopted, by getting the funds for the adoption fees and stuff. Yeah, Texas sucks, guys. Like, it's literally a hellhole. I really wish I could move out of here. But anyway, I can't. How do you feel about YouTube right now? Does it feel like a task? It feels like an insurmountable, I can't do anything. I literally have to have a team of 10 people to put up with, like, compete with everybody right now. What type of animals do I have? I have a cat. Imagine being an internet user in Texas. Yeah, rip everybody. I'm sure NordVPN was very happy though. Is Texas the meat hole? No, it's way worse than a meat hole. I get sun poison when I go outside, which is kind of cool. I feel you, man. I hope stuff gets better. It's not going to get better. I at least not on this channel. I don't think. And that's not me being like negative. Like, I just don't conceive. If I'm working a job my entire time, how am I going to work on videos? What is sun poison? It's when you're in the sun so long that your body literally has an allergic reaction to the sun. You ever been to Colorado? I actually haven't. My friend's been there. I will pray for you, Dan, to get things better for you. I appreciate it. But it's okay. I'm being realistic about it. It's not a big deal. I'm still going to do YouTube. What was the temperature today? Oh, it was fine. It was like 80 or something. But like it's not summer yet. It'll get 105 when it gets summer. But yeah, no, I just wanted to talk about what happened. I got a job because I had to, like, YouTube and Twitch is not paying my bills. I literally don't quit YouTube. I wish I didn't have to, Jake. I really do. But YouTube has buried my content. Even when I release stuff like Manaf, no one sees it. It doesn't go out in the sub boxes. And I'm not like, my tone of voice there was very angry, but it's very, I don't know. I'm just done. I'm just done with YouTube. That doesn't mean I'm not going to stop working on the videos. The videos are still going to come out. It's not like Manaf's been canceled. But what happened? Another job. Yeah, extremes. This doesn't pay my bills, guy. I have to do something else. Like, the only reason why I've been able to make it for the past couple of months is because people have been really kind and been doing generous, really generous coffee donations that have literally been paying my rent. Yeah. Hey, Ethan. How's it going? By the way, your mom's Facebook account's hacked. You should probably get that checked. Anyway, yeah, I mean, dude, hey, thanks for being here, Ethan. But yeah, I already do DoorDash, and I have another job with like data annotating. I haven't been confirmed on that yet. Did you move houses? No, I downsized to a cheaper apartment, and then they raised the rent on me to be as much as the older apartment I was at. Is it how so? I got a weird text, like a few Facebook messages from her being a scam. It was very scammy. YouTube got bought out by corporations, and they have literally they have redesigned the website to suppress non-official content. And then they just did a redesign on the watch page, which got rid of the amount of, like, it literally have the amount of suggested videos you can see. Oh yeah, the job from the interview all the way. I didn't get that job. That was a job for a solar panel company. Yeah, and honestly, guys, this job is teaching me a lot of things I'm going to use back towards YouTube. Yeah, they got rid of community subtitles as well. Yeah, it's very, yeah, quantity over quality. No, they want both, actually, Gamer. They want both. That's why you have to have a team of people. Yeah, at least they recommend you just literally just a random video. I still get videos recommended, so that's good. Yeah, that is really great. They don't like any devs. Well, I can't really blame them. I mean, for every like good channel, there's like 3 prank channels or Elsa Gate crap or whatever. Like, they've killed the platform. Like, when things get popular, bad people ruin it for everyone else. Hi, Deathmaker. Speaking of ruining it for everyone else. Timeout. Boop. Elsa Gate got... No, but that's what helped inform their decision. They didn't want to... hey, thanks for the coffee, Extremes. Appreciate it, man. That actually does mean a lot. I was actually very low on funds. 12% of gold. Thank you so much. For the $5, man. Yeah, no, YouTube has, like, effectively, and it's my fault. Like, it's a combination. Like, I just can't do the videos in time. And if you're not trend hopping and you're not clickbaiting and you're not like literally maximizing your video down to like being a 2-second jump cut every second with sound effects, which takes literally weeks of editing, and you do that daily or almost weekly, YouTube is going to push you down. Yeah, and they killed off animators too. Yeah, Trashy, you're kind of right. There's actually a term for that, guys. It's not a very nice term, but it's true. It's called enshittification. That's going to be our vocabulary word for the day, guys. Yeah, enshittification. So what happens is
John Dev just
big
donated.
companies buy out good products, such as YouTube when it was like 2013. Once they corner the market, like once they beat all their competition, they usually operate at a loss or make it really nice and really convenient. Also, thank you so much, John. I'll read the coffee in a second. Anyway, once they do that, they wait a few years, realize everyone's using their platform, and realize we can do whatever we want now. No one can go anywhere.
Best viewers.
Oh boy, I'm being bot rated over on Twitch. Let's ban all these people.
Best viewers and followers on stream.
Wow. Okay. Hey. No, we're shutting up chatbot. Oh, I am so mad. I freaking hate bots. That's the other thing. The internet. That's just a thing in general, though. That's normal. But yeah, guys, I don't know. The internet just makes me mad sometimes. Most people don't care enough to like draw attention to that kind of stuff. And it's unfortunate. I mean, but I understand everyone's living their own lives. But yeah, no, I don't know, guys. Like YouTube. Oh, thanks for the $20, John. Anyway, guys, didn't mean to go on a rant. I'm actually having a lot of fun doing my job. I do want to say that it's a really good job. I did have one weird incident yesterday. Yeah, remember the whole soap stuff? Yeah, I do. But honestly, first off, that still passed, just with a different name, and we didn't catch it. YouTube lost its prime. It did. Mostly everything has, which is really great. It's really weird to me. Hey Connor, how's it going? But it also sounds like I'm complaining about it, because I kind of am. I'm not trying to. Like, I don't want to be a negative Nancy about it. What job did you get? Oh, hi Inky, how's it going? I'm wearing the shirt right now. I actually really need to wash it. But yeah, I work for a company that works alongside like the humane shelters in the area. We help them fundraise, and then like that's basically it. You know, I'm pretty good at like talking to people, surprisingly, right? So it's actually pretty easy for me. I'm actually already like in talks to the next promotion, so that's pretty good. Hi Connor. Yeah, someone needs to nuke them bots. I agree. Seeing you bummed out makes me bummed out. Yeah. It's not YouTube's fault. You have to remember also, YouTube doesn't know what the hell YouTube's doing because they use an algorithm. There's a bot deciding everything. And all they do is tell the bot, hey, we want the most optimal monetization strategy. So the bot goes, oh, we can run the most ads on this kind of content. And then it starts suggesting more of those kind of content. And then people switch over to that content. Like, there's no one person I can point to and go, you killed YouTube. That's not how this works. Exactly. YouTube is running on AI. Exactly. YouTube has become Twitter. It's not that far yet. No, the prompt was make us the most money possible. Yeah, basically. They should put the algorithm in check, actually. Got to check on it more often. I agree, but they've lost control of it. They've been on the record saying, we don't know how our algorithm works. We don't know how to change it. AI kind of sucks. I like it. It's super scary, and it's definitely going to cause a lot of problems in the world. But, you know, it's pretty cool. I use it to play games on it sometimes. Like I'll do a text-based game on it. That's pretty neat. Gives me like minor therapy where I ask it questions to go, hey, does this make sense? Or am I going crazy? And they're like, no, you got the evidence right. So it's really great. By the way, guys, you know, it was 100 degrees over 100 degrees Fahrenheit over the normal temperature in Antarctica this year. So that's cool. Yeah. I'm sorry, guys. It's really hard for me to do like be happy because it just seems like everything's getting really bad in the world. And, you know, we got people defending it. The bad guys all over the planet. It's not I'm not pointing fingers at any one particular thing. It's just a trend everywhere. The greediest people are in charge right now all over the world. And we're suffering for it, is all I can say. That's going towards whatever you think. Rent's too high? That's because they colluded. It's the war's going on. Yeah, that's what I just come into. Oh, you have Dan on a very tired, ranty bit right now. I'm on a soapbox and I'm just being stupid. Are you at least stable? No, I actually don't know. The one downside to the charity job is it's all commission based because first off, all the money goes to the charity first. And then the charity kind of has a kickback after they've gotten the money as part of their operating expenses. We get like 30% or something. So, like it still fluctuates. I really wish I had just a normal job, but this job is a really good job long-term because it teaches me a lot of skills and it has helped me out with my mental state a lot. But it's also helped reinforce the good things I know about humanity and the bad things I know about humanity. And it's really weird to me because I realize why a lot of things kind of crazy. Thanks for the $2 super chat, Sparks. I'm sorry you're going through this much, love. I mean, hey, I'm doing good, guys. I'm still streaming. You know, I'm still gonna be streaming Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I didn't this week, but that's just because I'm still getting used to the job, and also my medication still kind of messes with my sleep schedule. So sometimes I don't quite sleep before I go to work, and then I have to catch up when I get home. But besides that, it is really good. I do enjoy the job. It will pay me. It's going to help. It's at least going to very much help. So I don't have to do as many live streams. But I really want to make content for you guys. I really want to do the things that I want to do. And I know that sounds obvious, but it's like, dude, how do you do it when you're trying to just cover your rent? Like I had to file an extension on my taxes because I couldn't even dream of paying taxes right now. And like I'm 2 months behind on my car payment. I'm hoping my paycheck, I might get a paycheck tomorrow. I'm hoping. Like I am struggling right now, guys, and I'm not trying to like, please pity me. I just wanted to talk to you guys and be real about it. So that's why you guys might not see me around as often. Because, you know, I'm door dashing on the side still. So I'm literally doing 3 jobs right now. 4 if you include video editing and streaming as 2 separate jobs. So I am tired. I am just a very tired person. And you guys make it a lot easier. You guys make me feel a lot better. But just talking to you, I really do appreciate just like chatting with you about what's on my mind. Kind of helps me. All my friends are in other states, except for a few, but I don't see them that often. So, you know, you guys are pretty cool. I get to hear me say stupid stuff sometimes and have fun some other times. So I really do enjoy that. I don't try to start these off as rants. But it's I don't feel suicidal, self-harming or anything like that, man. Don't worry about that. I'm more overwhelmed than like sad. I'm actually happier today recently than I've been in a long time. It's kind of weird, but for those of you over the age of 18, you might be able to follow this train of thought. I've basically been coming to terms with a mindset called optimistic nihilism, which doesn't sound great. Oh, thanks for the $10 super chat, Sparks. I hope the best for you in your journey through life, and I'll never stop supporting you. Everyone gets tired at times, so you don't have to be bad about taking breaks. I really appreciate that. Here's the thing. I'm not stopping the streaming. And I'm just here to be myself online again. That's how I started YouTube back in 2010. And then, once we started taking off, we had these weird, I had people telling us, oh, you need to be like a character, or you have to exaggerate everything, talk over each other, and try to stick out. And yeah, that's technically right. It does get the attention because you're dangling the keys in front of the shiny baby. Shiny keys, ooh. But me and you play some Lethal Company or Content Warning later? Next Monday will be Community Day. So we'll do it then, if that's okay. But Fresno is cheaper. But Jake, I don't think you understand. To move out, you have to first off qualify for an apartment, which means you have to make 3 times the amount the apartment is asking. So that's one big hurdle. So for instance, if an apartment is $1,500, you have to earn $4,500, and that's just to qualify and get the apartment. Not only that, but then you have to move, and you have to hire a moving company, and you have to load the furniture, and that usually costs $1,000 to $3,000. You seriously need some sleep. I'm not that tired, guys. I just sound tired. Yeah. The way things are right now, it's really crazy. And I know it's not affecting it. I don't feel singled out. I do want to point that out, guys. I understand that there's a couple of reasons why I'm not doing very well. For a long time, I lost my passion for YouTube, and that's understandable. I just didn't know what I really wanted to do with the channel for a bit, and I was kind of in a weird mental limbo. But during that time, I didn't upload content, which is what YouTube hates the most. The algorithm hates inactivity and inconsistency in the content you do release. So, ever just be tired but can't sleep? I have chronic insomnia, man. Yeah, I know that feeling. But yeah. So, what was I saying? I'm not on my ADHD medication is wearing down. Yeah. But yeah, so it's I did things that made YouTube's algorithm mad with me, and that's fine. I understand that. Like I said, I'm not quitting YouTube in general. I'm going to be doing these live streams, and I will release all of Manaf and the SCP series, just because I've already promised you guys I will. It just might take a while. If you guys do want to help out and try to help me be able to work on it, we do have coffee, we do have Patreon. It's not, I will never, ever, ever ask you to do that, but it is there. Oh, thanks for the free the membership, OVD. Have a fire stream? I will. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. But what I'm seeing is a lot. I was watching SciShow today, and I didn't realize how I forgot. It's not I didn't realize. I just forgot. They really go, yeah, you support us on Patreon. That's literally how we keep our channel afloat. And I'm like, that's so different though. Cause back in the day with YouTube, you could literally just YouTube revenue could cover everything. And it's so different nowadays, but there's also so many more people on YouTube, right? And it's so harder to make yourself stand out, which, that's fine. That's just kind of a numbers game. And there's, I'm getting to be old, guys. How do you only have 1 million subs? I almost have 2, but I've never gotten there. I've had 1 million subs, guys, since 2012. That's why I've got the OG YouTube 1 million subscriber plaque behind me. So my subs have been very, very stagnant lately. Unfortunately, Threats, there is a dilemma. We don't work with anyone under the age of 18 just because there's a lot of sketchy stuff that goes on with Minecraft YouTubers, and we just want to stay as far away from that as possible. My sister felt that. She used to have a Gacha Life channel where she got hundreds of subs and even got monitored, but she took a quick short break and boom. Yeah. Now, like if you're JonTron or Ego, like you can't, like there are channels that do just upload like once or twice a month and they do great, but it's because they've got a very devoted viewership. And I've lost a lot of my like people that watch me for me. You guys are the exception. But most people, and even the people I had to mute today in chat, you know, they know me as Manaf guy or the SCP guy or Wrecking Ball guy or the guy who played with Ant Venom or the guy who played with Sky. And back when I was doing really well on YouTube, they just watched me to watch me. Like I could play Hello Kitty Island Adventure and get 50,000 views, which isn't a great, like it's not a crazy amount, but it was great. You know, it made me happy. Honestly, you're chilling. I like watching you for you. I appreciate it. But like people don't watch me for me. They watch me for my content. And if I don't do that content, I don't get views. And I used to be very, very bitter about that. That's why I took a very long break from Manaf. Why I used to be a touchy subject. And, you know, as I've gotten older, I realize now, a lot of the people that ask for it are literally children, and it's really stupid to be upset at children, which, yeah, it is. Honestly, I like you just being you than being the Manaf guy I first saw you for. Well, I appreciate that. Thanks, not Phantom. So much has changed over the years. It's pretty concerning. Yeah, that's the other thing, guys. I'm in my free time, I doom scroll. It's not healthy. But like, I also, you know, I feel like I need to be aware of like all the bad things happening. Most people aren't. Like most people don't go check the news. Most people don't even trust news sources. You know, it's really crazy. We're going through too many historical events at once. Yeah. Right. And I mean, it's been like a whole decade of it too. Like we're going to be in the history books, guys. 100K views back then was 1.5 million today. Someone literally did the numbers. Oh, thanks for the Prime sub tangent. How's it going, man? Hope you're doing good. Love you, man. Appreciate it. Dan, I pray for you. I appreciate it, guys. Like, push comes to shove, I'll always let you guys know what's going on. So it's, you know, it's really, I've got a job now. I've got two. Like, I should be okay. I just have to work my butt off. And you know what? That's fine. I've been kind of lazy in life. So, like, it's real life right now look like a Minecraft April Fool's update. Yeah, where's the potatoes, man? Just watching for your humor is funny. I'm glad you appreciate that. Because I like being the funny guy, but I also like being the smart guy, and that kind of conflicts with a lot of things. And it's really annoying because I can't, like, I have to turn off my brain to be funny, which, you know, I can do pretty easily. It's not like I'm having to turn off much, but I just like my my informations and my facts and my news and my science and all that kind of stuff be both. Yeah, I you know, I kind of do that, I guess. But I'm like millennial funny, not Skibby Toilet funny. Yeah. What earns you more, Prime subs or regular Twitch subs? Prime subs are the same as a Twitch sub. I'm pretty sure, John. They're just covered. People get a free one for being a Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime user, but they cover the same amount. I'm pretty sure. I can't wait for the textbooks talking about the coronavirus. There's already textbooks about Donald Trump in like classrooms, like as him being a president, and even up to Jan 6. It's kind of crazy. But yeah, so that's what's been going on. Again, I'm sorry I haven't been as active the past week. Like, we did do the stream on Sunday. It was a lot of fun. Not many people saw it. Understandable. I didn't really tag it or name it correctly, so whatever. YouTube buried it. But it was still a lot of fun. We played Content Warning, and I finally got to bring my friend on that hadn't played the game yet, and we had a lot of fun. I'm Nyan Cat funny, not Giat funny. Dan, what happens after 2012? Oh yeah, the thumbnail's pretty good. Ace of Spades, yeah. I used to be able to, like, guys, I used to be able to play random games just like on a whim, and like the videos do pretty okay. Like Ace of Spades got millions of views, which I'm really surprised at. Yeah, Ace of Spades, the 2 videos with Ant, right? To be fair, one of them I did label funny moments and with Ant Venom and bloopers, but that was a side little video. And then our main video was like, yeah, I mean, I got 2.5 million views. And Gat, I hate you, Havorn, but I love you too. Yeah, like 2 million views playing just a random game. Like it was literally, like I said, we just played a game together. It was fun. And yeah, it's just YouTube's changed, and that's fine too. I'm not like boo-hoo. I'm failing to change with the times. It's just I'm just stretched pretty thin. Some kid at your job kept saying Skibby over and over. You know, the funniest part is Skibby Toilet, like the actual show, the videos aren't bad. It's because of YouTubers like me. Not me specifically, but all the ones that like, oh, Skibby did really well. Let's jump on the Skibby Toilet bandwagon. I'll do Skibby Toilet. Here's Skibby Toilet roleplay. Here's Skibby Toilet animation. All this kind of stuff. That's how YouTube works. And like, do you get incomes from past YouTube videos? I do, but it's based on the views for that month. So it's like over time the videos die down and normally. Hey Nibs. My little man, he's been very upset at me because now I'm actually out of the house all day. Come here. No. I'm not going to chase after you, man. Would you say 2020 is the more eventful decade of the century so far? I mean, I would. This makes me seem like a whiny little liberal, I guess. But I really do think the negative turning point started, I wouldn't say in 2016. I'd say in 2014 with the Crimea Peninsula being taken over. And then for the past decade and even longer, according to our government, we've been dealing with a gigantic Cold War, basically, where they're using the internet to like just cause all the countries to be really, really unstable. And it's literally a fight on the internet. It started when Harambe died. Yeah, honestly, a lot of people believe in that. Bye, gamer. Have a good day or good night. What was the best time to be on YouTube as a content creator? I would definitely say around like 2012. I would say 2012 YouTube was really good. 2016 YouTube was pretty okay. And it's still good now. It's just, it's different. It's different and it's just slightly less sustainable for just a one guy doing common content. On the bright side, fights will be fought with drones, so no more drafts. You got a better outlook on that than me. Sup, Markiplier? How's Ireland coming along? That's probably the nicest compliment I've ever got. Thank you. I'm way too fat to be Markiplier, but I'll take it. You know what to do. If you want my attention while I'm at the computer, hop on you've got your own cat tree with the nibs cam. Copyright Dan. It's okay. They can't draft me for the war. I got flat feet. And I'm allergic to bees. But yeah, so it's been weird. It's been cool. I'm excited to see my first paycheck. That'll be nice. Maybe I can pay my car bill. That'll be great. But it's just, oh man, the cost of everything's just going up. And like, I used YouTube as a fallback for a very long time. And because YouTube was like, for a long time, my only source of revenue, I didn't really want to experiment with the channel because I was afraid of, hey, you know, if you do something new, you just want to get yourself murked. Nibbles, come over here. I will lavish you with love if you just move to my location. Do you have a headache right now? Nah, I'm just tired. Like I said, I didn't really get much sleep last night. I have insomnia sometimes. So I had to go to work at 7 a.m. because it's actually really annoying. I was going to be streaming way earlier today. And so I actually asked for my boss, could we try a morning fundraiser? Do you eat food? Pretty sure I'm alive. But yeah, so I asked for early work hours. So I got the job. Oh, what's my new job? Wearing this shirt. So basically right now I'm one of those guys you see at like these tables you see pop up like in front of shopping malls or at events and stuff like that gather donations for charity, because I wanted to do something. Like, I don't mind working, but I just didn't want to work just to like make number go up, you know? So I wanted to do something where I could at least be like, I'm making a minor difference. So I wanted to help some dogs out. I love animals. I'm literally talking about, come here. Oh, his tail's all the way up. He happy. Nibbles. Yeah. Yeah. And that's the other thing is like, you know, I'm in Texas where the minimum wage is more of a suggestion. Hey, Nibbles. Get you go, baby. Now we got Nibs Cam, guys. Let me turn that on. Nibs Cam. Meow. My apartment. Oh, you don't need to see cat butthole. I'm sorry about that. Nibs, don't show people your poot shoot. Well, so I did smell like animals today because one lady like dropped off their dog while I was so I don't physically interact with the animals. Like, I work as just the guy that goes to the table, stands there for like 5 hours asking people for donations, and then we drop the money off of the charity. Yeah, and at USD you get taxed from donuts and YouTube revenue. Yeah, every single bit. All my income is a 1099, which means I have to also somehow save 40% of all the money I've been earning, even though I literally have to use all 100% of it to pay my bills. So that's real fun. It's all good. Donations with a smile. Yeah, basically. And honestly, it's not that hard. Like, I like doing it. It's not a big deal. Today was a little bad. Like I said, I only got like 3 hours of sleep, and then I got home and I just passed out. So that kind of defeated the whole purpose of me asking to work in the morning, and I'm very upset about that, but I was a zombie. Bye-bye. Even no, gifts aren't taxed. I don't believe. I let's see. Yeah, the person receiving a gift typically does not have to pay a gift tax unless it's over $17,000. Yeah, that's what I thought. We do have progressive tax brackets. Trump kind of ruined them though, so we're about to experience, or we just got to the. So basically, what Trump did was he really cut the businesses' taxes, like the upper classes' taxes, and he had a temporary tax measure for like lower and middle class that expires this year or maybe last year. Anyway, basically everyone's taxes went up because of it. Yeah, I grew up watching people who would play Minecraft, play games, and it feels like that kind of content does not work anymore. It doesn't, because so the difference now is we've got a whole new generation of kids that grew up with TikTok. They grew up with Mr. Beast. They grew up with so many different things, and it's affected their attention spans. And I'm not saying this in a negative way. It's a fact of life. Like, teachers are saying, holy crap, these kids can't pay attention. You still good, or you need a ticket? I'm still struggling, Butter, but I don't know if that UK ticket's looking good. I just don't know I'd have enough ability to get there. Oh, you asking about the fun park, Mac? It does work. It's very finicky. I've been meaning to get that uploaded. I'm getting so overwhelmed with that kind of stuff. I just forget. I'm sorry. It is. Oh yeah. So it is on Planet Minecraft. That's cool. But yeah. So damn, about a Skibby level 99 risk. Yeah, Sigma you. There's a lot of positive and negatives in there. Just don't go to Ohio. Did you watch the FNAF movie? If so, what did you think? Yeah, I watched it. I've been working on a video essay for it, and then it got a copyright claim when I previewed it, and then I kind of took the whales out of my sail, or the winds out of my sail, on editing it. But yeah, basically, here's my 2-second review. It was better than I thought it would be. And then it was weird in some ways and cool in other ways. I really like that the cupcake was the most dangerous animatronic. But the dream sequences were kind of weird. Hey, Nibs. You are so wanting my attention right now. But yeah. Yeah, the real issue is that parents are terrible right now. And this is my generation too, because it makes me feel old. But yeah, most of the iCAD kids' parents are my generation. And yeah, they just literally let their iPad babysit their kids. And that's pretty bad. I agree, Tangent, that we do have low taxes compared to other countries. However, their taxes actually go to things that help. Like, they do have completely free healthcare. Yeah, you have to wait a while, but guess what? I'm having to wait a while, and my healthcare is not free. My neurology appointment was supposed to be a couple of weeks back, but it was literally on my first day at work, and I accidentally got the time wrong. So now I have to wait until July. But luckily, the symptoms have subsided for the most part. Once I actually got out and started working again, a lot of the twitching went away. So I think maybe some of it was just anxiety of not doing anything. Yeah, the cupcake just goes crazy. But yeah, Skibbity roleplay, man, you got to do it. Honestly, yeah, that'd be probably good for him. He wants scritches so bad. Been a while. Yeah, our taxes are kind of crazy right now with where to track them. Yeah, the Balloon Boy jump scares, I hated them just because they were so stupid. Like, it wasn't even Balloon Boy, it was a figurine of Balloon Boy. Hang in there. I appreciate it. Yeah. Well, we have a minimum threshold too. I think it's like if you earn under 20,000, you don't really owe much, but we have tax brackets. But yeah, the US, we had those things at one point in time, and then people got rid of them. It's great to see you still doing YouTube after all these years, and I hope you can get through this rough spot with ease. Keep pushing, man. Appreciate it, studio. I will say, like I said, the job is pretty good because it teaches me a lot of, it kind of recontextualizes things. If I think about YouTube, like, and apply the lessons I've been learning at my job with the charity, because it sounds scummy a little bit. We basically use sales tactics to get donations. And by that, I mean, we just follow the same rules because that's more of a psychology thing. So what they told me is, like, first off, don't be afraid of people saying no, right? Most people are. And it's more of just a numbers game. If you ask 10 people, usually one says yes. So it's with that in mind, that kind of, in a way, reapplies itself to YouTube with a video standpoint. Because guess what? When I was doing best on YouTube, I had daily videos going out. Some videos did whiff. Some videos got big. And then what would happen is the videos from the big videos, people would come back and watch the old videos. So it's kind of like me relearning lessons I knew as I was a kid, but I got like really, really traumatized. And so I kind of forgot or didn't want to apply them again. Moving to Antarctica, no taxes there. Yeah, but they did just go through 100 Fahrenheit or 40 degrees Celsius heat wave. So, that's cool too. Oh, good night, gamer.
Good night, gamer. Hello, epic gamers. My name is Edgelord McCree.
Daily video sounds like a nightmare to make. It depends on the quality. Because I'm not going to lie, back when I did it, most daily videos took about an hour to edit because it was just me doing 20 minutes of gameplay, cutting it up, adding some background music, and then throwing in like a beginning and an end to it. And honestly, that format works. I don't know why I stopped doing it. Bye, Jake. Yeah, it does stink that the YouTube algorithm cater, but that's it. It's an algorithm. It's literally a dumb robot with no consciousness at all. So why get mad at it? It's an inanimate object. Inanimate object. It's if you think of the algorithm more as like a force of nature, things make sense. So it's kind of like just being upset that you had a farm and then your river dried up, right? So you either have to move to a new plot of land or stay there and hope that the river comes back. Hi, Blue. How's it going? Yeah, the algorithm doesn't care about me. It doesn't care about anybody. It doesn't even care about the people it does prioritize. It's all just ones and zeros behind the scenes. And, that's fine. That's how everything works nowadays. Any advice for when you have an idea, like for a story, but then when you start trying to write the script or whatever, you can't figure out how to actually do it? I miss Dan. What's up? Yeah, Doomsday. Yeah, I mean, again, I definitely am at fault for doing things that the algorithm did not like you. And for just doubling down on doing the same stuff. Hey, Glitch. I mean, I was here on Sunday. I know I didn't stream on Monday or Wednesday, but I was here on Sunday. Technically, with today's stream, we still have the same amount of streams for the week as we normally would have at this point. Boop, boop, boop. Now Nibs is back. Now he's getting screeches. I mean, I don't like Kick because of the people that it doesn't get rid of on its platform. But, it is nice to have an alternative to Twitch. And I really feel like YouTube needs something like that. I don't disagree. Is the algorithm really roofing with your channel? Yeah, I mean, Ashley, did you know that there was a day 3 of Math that came out? Because if you didn't, most people didn't see it. Like, I think day 3 got like, maybe we're at 30,000 views. If not that, I don't even think we're there. I think we're at like 20. Yeah, we're at 22,000 views. So, like, what would normally get like 100,000 views at the very minimum is now getting only 20,000 views, and it took the same amount of work. Actually, it took... Yeah, wait, day 3 is out? Yeah, it's been out for over a week. 2 weeks. It's been out for 2 weeks. No one saw it because YouTube didn't send it out. Even though I got 1.7 million subscribers. 22,000 people didn't see it or saw it. Because YouTube doesn't send it out to subscribers because subscribers don't matter to YouTube anymore because it's all about recommended videos or what's on your For You page. So it's literally, what's the point of being a YouTuber with subscribers? Subscribers are nothing. And it's so annoying. Do they have the bell hit? I have about like 40% of you guys hit the bell. Thanks for the $1 super chat, Darkest Diamond. Like, it's just annoying. I worked really hard on that video. No one saw it. It's not making me stop working on the video, but like that was something I was hoping to use to pay my bills. Favoritism, perhaps? Nah, that's assigning malice to, again, what is it's an unthinking machine. It doesn't have a bias. It just has a algorithm. Hey, Nix, how's it going? You see the new? I don't watch Netflix, Ethan. Yeah, it's crazy how YouTubers with even like 3 or 4 million views get like 50,000 views. Yep, I agree. And I think in a more just world, I think there'd be a pretty liable case for a class action lawsuit against YouTube for how unreliable their platform is for people that use it as their job. However, there is no way in any close by universe that they would lose in court. $2 super chat. Is this the new way to send money? I hope not, because you have to remember, I'm still in a contract where they take 30% of everything I earn off YouTube. That's the other thing that's kind of screwing me over. So that's the other reason why I kind of think about uploading to the Caveman channel, because that's not under that contract, but I don't have monetization on it yet. It should be pretty easy to get to, though. Yeah, lawsuit against YouTube. People have tried it before. It didn't go anywhere. You should hire Elon Musk. No. He's literally the reason why things are bad. Like, he is exactly who I'm complaining about. He's a self-centered narcissist with a lot of money that used his money to get what he wants and silences the voices he disagrees with. Anyway, you ever heard of the tragedy of Dark Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story the Jedi will tell you. They lose if they win up against Markiplier or Jacksepticeye. Only if they use the public against them. But even so, they would just basically get a big backlash and they wouldn't actually lose. Yeah, he gutted the freaking Twitter support team, so I've literally just not had access to my Twitter for half a year now. It's been really great. Missed a lot of important opportunities and friendships reaching out to me because of it. That's a very articulate description of the worst man on earth. I wouldn't put him... He's not the worst man on earth by a long shot. He is a weak man with a lot of money. And because he has a lot of money, weak men look up to him. But... like, if you watch Moist Critical, it's the same thing. He's talking about these people that are like spending like $12,000 for an alpha male camp. Like, these people are idiots, and they view people's they don't realize that they're the marks. Remember butter? I do. I mean, well, the reason why the news puts people like Elon on pedestals is because Elon's friends with the people that own the news companies. I'm going to blow your mind, but in America, all our local and current news companies are owned by 5 corporations in total. Every single news, almost all local news is owned by Sinclair Broadcasting. They're all monopolies. But what that means is that they also monopolize information, meaning that they don't tell you information that you need to hear. They tell you information they want you to hear. And if they do tell you information they want you to hear, they'll try to cast it in a light that doesn't make them seem as bad. And I'm not talking about like liberal progressive stuff. I'm talking about all of them in general. That's illegal. It used to be. Did you like Poppy Playtime Chapter 3? I did. It was really cool. The boss fight at the end was pretty tough, but we finally got through it after like 100 times of it. And during that, I had to eat a whole stick. I took a bite out of a stick of butter. So, that's when that happened. Only thing that kept me on YouTube is Legends Like You. You ever hear? Yeah, I heard about the they're trying to bring over the Australian esports team, right? It should have stayed illegal. Well, yeah. So again, I assume a lot of you guys in chat are either not American or very young. So this is something you might not know. But we have these laws in place, or we used to, called antitrust laws. What a trust is that two businesses were going, trust us, we won't price gouge. We'll be very kind. We'll be very nice. We won't do any bad things. Just trust us. And that's what a trust is. So basically what it means is, yeah, we're not a monopoly. We have two companies, but we promise, we willy promise we're not going to have a secret meeting at like our yacht in Boca or whatever to talk behind closed doors, that we're going to collude and come up with like, hey, how do we raise the price, or come up with a plan. So, but those laws got taken down because of lobbyists, which lobbying in and of itself is not a bad thing. It's usually having people have a representative talk to their congressman about a subject. And congressmen, I mean, look at the American, look at our, they're all boomers, minus like 10 of them. So they don't know anything about anything. When I was a kid, you could get a McDonald's meal for a nickel. Like it's stuff like that. They literally have like a really, they don't know anything about the world. So we have these lobbyists that make very, very nice contributions to their campaigns. And this is not one party thing. This is just literally how our government works. You can't have money. You have to have money to get into a position of power. So you either A, are already rich, B, manage to freaking do a 1 in a million chance of actually crowdfunding the money to actually run, which is like what Bernie Sanders did. And then the third way is you have no soul and you literally like suck up to big companies that hope that when they get you elected, you'll vote in their favor. Is there no good souls in the hierarchy in America? Nah, I don't think so. Yeah, the fact that there are only two parties in the U.S. really gunks things up, especially when our founding fathers really did not want a two-party system in the first place. But, we don't really learn about that much because we had the Whigs and the Tories back in the the founding of our country. Hope your night's going well. I look forward to these streams every time. Thank you so much, Alive Cree. Today has been kind of a weird stream. It's been mostly me just like talking and being real or ranty a little bit, I guess. But I'm not trying to be like everything's negative, because the fact that I'm able to tell you guys about this is already a step in the right direction, right? And I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect source of information. So I always ask you to please do your own research. Please fact check and believe reliable websites. But like, what blows my mind is not every person in the US gets access to the same information. Hey Titan, how's it going? I'm doing good. I'm tired. I'm wearing my shirt from work. Still struggling, but hopefully it's starting to turn around. I might have to do more live streams though, because I'm doing the math. I don't know how things are going to work out, but I'm just talking with everyone today, just telling them about the job. But yeah, and then we went on a really big tangent because it's just the whole entire world is crappy right now, guys, because there's just it's just a bunch of greedy people making problems for everyone else. Hey Dan, how are you doing? Keep doing what you are doing if you can, please. I'll do my best, Ashley. I'm trying very hard. I'm just I might not be able to donate, but I'm happy to be here. That's all that matters. Like, I just like talking to you guys. Thanks for letting me say the stupid stuff in my mind. If you're ever thinking of moving to Europe, we have way more younger candidates for elections. That's true too, but Europe's having its own issues right now. Because again, the problems we're having in America are not just American problems. These are kind of almost every democracy is being attacked right now. So it's more of a, especially now we have bot farms, makes it so much more annoying. There's a theory called dead internet theory. And honestly, live chat's probably one of the few places where it's not as big of a deal. But dead internet theory is basically over half the internet you interact with is not a human being behind that. That's a bot. I'll look it up real quick though, just to make sure. It is a conspiracy theory though. I do want to point that out. I don't think it's actually proven anywhere. But now that we have like LLMs doing stuff, London even had 2 YouTubers won. That's very cool. But the fact that there are so many bots, and a lot of the times things like going with Twitter. When Elon bought Twitter, he was like, I'm going to get rid of the bots. Bots tripled when he got it. On Facebook, the theory is proven. Yeah. But it's kind of, take it with a grain of salt. Yeah. He made Twitter worse. Yeah, he did. And I already thought Twitter was pretty sketchy, like before he bought it out. Like the people on there were pretty crazy.
Hey Dan. K_Dev
Hey Dev Fezzy and the
Fazman
Fazman supported me. Thank you so much for the coffee. Let me check that out real quick. Heyo, me and a friend are making a map with a very edited version of the FNAF 3 texture pack. Also, is it fine if you take a look at a different FNAF map I made? If you do, it's called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza 2010. No, it's fine. I don't mind. I hope you don't mind if I give you like an objective opinion, though. I'll try not to be mean, but if I do see anything, I'll try to help give you like some pointers. I'm trying to find it. Oh, it's on Planet Minecraft. Hold on. I'm back. I just watched day 3. Oh, very nice. Oh, actually, this looks nice. Hold on, guys. I'll pull this up. I really like the little graphic there, and I like the doors. Did you make these textures yourself? Oh, I like the little Freddy Fazbear sign. The exterior could probably use a little help because it just seems like it's in a random biome. Yeah, honestly, definitely not the worst I've seen. There are some weird things. I'm guessing you have a mod pack. Well, no, because a guy's a conspiracy theory. Yeah, taxes are scary, dude. Oh, Roger the Pig. Look at him. I would, Ginger. I'm just kind of not in the mood for it today, but I promise I will get back to it. Just bring it up to me on another video, another live stream. Okay. I'm pretty tired. I'm just talking today. We're going down rabbit holes. Can you check? I should, guys. Just because I checked out one thing doesn't mean I want to check out like a bunch of things today. I felt very obligated because they were very kind enough to give me a coffee, and it's not that I don't want to do it with your guys' stuff too. It's just there's a slight different priority. I always feel bad. I don't like taking money and not at least hearing them out. I got a donation today because I just went, hey guys, real quick, and they're like, now we're going. It's like, oh, that's fine. Thanks for hearing me out. And they were like, oh, what you did, I've never heard someone do that before. They just said, thanks for hearing me out and didn't try to bother us anymore. So here you go. Here's $5. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. Can you check the check of the check that was checked? Butter, what you mean, man? I'll check that out. Owonix. Hey, Nabs. Yeah. What about $5? Oh, the reason why I was checking that out. That's not, I do check them out. Like I check everything on the Discord. But I literally had a coffee donation and it was like, hey, can you check this out? And I was like, why not? I'll check it out. I appreciate the coffees, by the way. I was literally down to my last $2 because I was at work today and I had enough to buy a bagel and a coffee because I needed the caffeine and the food. So that'll help me cover my gas. And I still, oh God, the 20th. I might, I'll be streaming tomorrow anyway because tomorrow's FNAF Community Day. But I'll have to do something by the 20th. I might DoorDash if my funds are a little tight Friday night. I might have to cut the stream short and DoorDash because I got to pay my phone power bill or my phone internet bill. It's not too much. It's like $90, but like, hey, yeah, Bobby. I know we're all out of gravy. He ate his last gravy today too. We got cat food though. It's just dry food, and he's a very picky eater. How taxes work in America? Yeah. Taxes in America are complicated because they got lobbied by Intuit TurboTax to make them complicated because it creates jobs, as what the excuse they used was. But what it does is makes you pay $600 to H&R Block to do really something that you could have probably done yourself. So, yeah. Our tax system's kind of confusing in America, especially for me. So in America, you have salaried work, you've got hourly work, and you've got contract work. Almost all the stuff I do to earn money is contract work, which means that taxes aren't taken out, which means I have to like save it up to pay my taxes or I get in trouble. Well, get in trouble by that. I mean, they charge me more money, but, you know, when you're literally living paycheck to paycheck, you can't really cover the taxes. Yeah, electricity and Wi-Fi is pretty crazy. 4 people, honestly, $200 for 4 people isn't too crazy, especially if everyone's like watching TV, you know, being on their computer. Like my power bill is about like $170 a month, and that's only because I'm actually back paying for an error from the power company where they undercharged me or they charged me for another place. Either way, they made an error and I'm held liable for it because that's how they are. And so they have to tack on like a $40 to my power bill every month. And I have to go in person to pay it because they screwed up on my credit card. So it's really cool. Love it. I enjoy the concept of taxes. I understand it. You can't do anything without compensating the people doing it. The issue is that first off, the wrong people are paying the majority of the taxes. And then the tax money doesn't go to where it should go. But anyway, I've just been staring at this. I'm really sorry. Yeah, but this is a dead internet theory. Again, it does say it's a conspiracy theory. They're pretty much a podcast. Yeah, you know, people have asked me if I want to do a podcast or something. I guess it sort of is. I just don't want to be one of those guys that's like, hey, check out my podcast. Hey, JD, pull that up. You ever see an elephant get ran over by a reindeer? Pull it up. I got approved for free solar panels. Very nice. Yeah, and my friend has solar panels at his house, and he was doing really good. Actually, but here's another story about how governments bite you in the butt. So he lives in North Carolina, and in North Carolina, there is a monopoly for the power company, which is Duke Energy. And what happened is that he had bought solar panels, and he was free to the grid, and he was starting to make money back because he, you know, when you overgenerate your power, it goes back into the grid, and you get prorated for it. So they passed a law that made it illegal to do that in North Carolina. So it's actually really bad to like have a solar panel or solar panels in North. They make it prohibitively expensive. You get fined. You have to pay basically what you'd have to pay for regular power just for the privilege of having solar in North Carolina. Yeah, I just love staring at the unrelated Wikipedia. Yeah, I turned that off. I'm sorry. I've been sidetracked. I was looking at the other tab. Let's see, North Carolina. Environmental groups tell appeals court NC regulators aired with rooftop solar decision. Yeah. North Carolina. Oh, I can actually. North Carolina regulators aired when they approved new rules and rates for rooftop solar installations that the changes hurt the solar industry. Duke Energy sought to lower what solar customers get paid for excess electricity sent to the power grid. It also wanted to charge solar owners a new $10 monthly fee. Why? Because they can, I guess. And North Carolina's government's very corrupt right now, so they allowed it. It's just how it's going, guys. It's so annoying, and most people don't know about this stuff because why would you, right? I'm chronically online. I that's my one excuse. It's both a blessing and a curse. At least I'm chronically online for world events, but I do know the Skibby Toilet. People want money or make money. People want easy money. People don't want to work for money. I'm one of them. Like I was like, oh, my YouTube job's so swanky. I don't have to do anything. You know, I stay home. I edit videos. I upload. And yeah, it's work, but it's like I stay home. You know, it's a work from home job. And I've always been like, I don't really consider that the same kind of work as what people do normally, which is a blessing. Like which makes me appreciate what other people do. North Carolina the worst government program is Florida. Florida's drank the Kool-Aid and the powder off the floor. You should do a Skibbity RP. That would have made a pretty good April Fool's Day video. But I'm pretty happy with what we did for April Fool's Day. Which was literally... By the way, for those of you guys that didn't see Wrecking Mob 2 Electric Boogaloo, if many people did what I did, they would quit. Yeah, you get paid because it's a very taxing and dangerous and skill requiring job. Yeah, but God, that video for Wrecking Mob 2, it was great because it was literally, I'll give you the full. And honestly, this kind of helps me like, why don't I just put out videos, even if I don't like work super hard on them, because it's still me and people like watching it. But I saw Revenge 2 by Captain Sparkles and I'm like, I can do that, but different enough to not be like completely derivative. So my sleep deprived butt, because I hadn't slept that day. And it was literally like 11 in the morning, but I hadn't slept yet. So I was basically sleep drunk like I am now. I just literally downloaded I had the video, put it in my Vegas, muted the audio, and then I did that all in one take. Oh, thank you for the coffee, K-Dev. Oh, Fazman. You've got a lot of different handles. Let me read that real quick. Yeah. Hey, again, just donating one more time to say that. In the map, me and my friend are making. Vinny is going to have a soda bar. Vinny doing soda. It'd be kind of cool if he had like one of those soda guns that bartenders have. Yeah. I actually told my friend about that because I forgot why, but like oil rig jobs were brought up. And I'm like, yeah. One of my viewers was just talking. Oh, yeah. This girl I work with at the charity place, her boyfriend works on an oil rig. And I was like, yeah, I've heard some crazy stuff about that. Like one of my viewers was like, he works on an oil rig, shows me all these really cool videos. But then like during one of my streams, he was just like, oh, I got to go. Some guy almost blew up the oil rig. And I'm like, what? He has the classic YouTuber's voice. Do I? I don't feel it. Is it my tone or how I say words? What is it? I'm actually really interested in what you mean by that. When in need, turn to Shrek, because Shrek is love and Shrek is life. I have the most until I definitely not the most. That's superlative. I'm definitely not the most anything. I'm just Dan. Oh. By the way, did you guys see the new robot? That was pretty cool and scary, but pretty cool. The Boston Dynamics new Atlas. It literally does like the horror movie thing where like its body is faced this way and its head just goes and like does an exorcist on you. How do you feel on the current day Minecraft YouTubers like Dream, Tommy Innit, and Techno? I think they're great. Honestly, they're funny guys. They do good stuff. Most of them aren't toxic. And you know, I'm happy they're doing well. I personally don't like Dream because I do think the speedrun thing is pretty sketchy, but I also don't think all the crap he's gotten is really warranted. I think the thing he's most guilty of is made a really, really whiny song because he didn't take his normal pills. And obviously ripped to Technoblade. He seemed like a really, really nice guy, and he had a really supportive community. Put Dan, MatPat, Markiplier, and Dan and TDM in a room. I mean, I've met everybody except MatPat. Do you know it's the spooky month? I'm pretty sure you're 6 months away, buddy. Yeah, here's the thing. I think first off, Dream, he was a teenager. Teenagers are dumb. So some of the cringe stuff he did, I bet is real, but like he wasn't being like super creepy. He was just being a teenager on the internet. And then people bandwagon stuff like that. I'm very lucky that I haven't been like personally in any drama, but being someone that has been adjacent to drama, rumors and bandwagons and defense forces and all this other stuff. That's the other thing I just don't like about the internet is like, when it's trendy to hate somebody, you can't get a good opinion across. Yeah, Wrecking Mob 2 came out, Threats. You missed it. I mean, it didn't get any views. It got like 10,000 views, maybe. It also got copywritten, claimed. Yeah, it's gotten 7,000 views. It got 1,000 likes, though. I need to do more uploads on the channel. These live streams have been great, but we really do need to get some like uploads. People just feel like all the new ones are the same. Again, spiraling all the way back to something I said earlier today. The reason why YouTube is bad, it's not bad, it's just different. But the reason why it is bad in the way that people accuse it of being bad is because YouTube got really, really big. It became a way for people to make a lot of money. Dan got a new haircut, and Dan hasn't had a haircut. So Dan's just growing it out until he can afford to go to the barbershop. But I do have like hair products, so I don't look too greasy. But anyway, yeah, so greedy people saw that you could make a lot of money on YouTube. And I'm not talking about companies, I'm talking about individuals. That's when we got our first like content farms. We got the Elsa Gate stuff. We got the Minecraft baby role plays, all that kind of brain rot. And that's kind of just been the norm since. Brain rot's a lot easier to be viral for some reason. And so it's incentivized to take someone else's work. For instance, Digital Circus, which is actually a really good show. It's almost been ruined to me personally because everyone's super horny for the character that looks like a little child jester. Anyway, like people, they don't care if it's not their original IP. They will make so much crap out of it. Not just like Rule 34 stuff, but like literally brain rot, asset flipped garbage just to capitalize on the IP. Shouldn't it's trendy to hate? I guess so, but I mean that in a metaphorical. Yeah, and it's catered to children. Dan should be a news reporter. Maybe. I mean, I honestly, that probably would be an okay job for me, but who's your daddy? Who's my daddy? I actually still really miss that Who's Your Daddy game. I still like playing it. I still wish I could play it some more. I could actually, I just don't have anyone to play it with. Is it true? I mean, that sounds about right. I can't I don't have a good memory of the event, but I assume I think I know where it was if it did happen. Yeah. You know, it was a bunch of like teenagers, early 20 guys. They said crude things that made old people get a little, huh? Have you heard of Mango Tango? Yeah. I've met Mango Tango in the best way. And by that, I mean, I want to make sure Mango Tango is not Mumbo Jumbo, right? I always confuse Mango Tango and Mumbo Jumbo, and Mumbo Jumbo is a saint. So it's really, really annoying that I do. But Mango Tango, quick story. So back in like 2017 or 2016, Mojang did these creator summits. And so they would fly us over to Sweden. We'd hang out at the Minecraft offices. And Mojang was really, really cool because they basically made it like a really fun event. Like we only really spent like maybe an hour really doing Minecraft stuff besides once we're at the Mojang offices. Like they just go in, hey, here's here's what our updates are going to be. What do you guys think? You think it's a pretty good idea? It was kind of like what they started doing with the Minecraft Earths. But for us, but anyway, they sent us to Stockholm and we were literally just getting ready to start because they were like, oh yeah, we're going to have you like learn about Sweden a bit. So we've hired like this event company to like set up these stations around the city. And we're going to give you like a geo trek, which is basically like you walk around the city, follow clues, do a thing at the booth, get a little stamp, and then you go on to the next one. And basically what happened is like, as we're getting ready, we had sat in this theater for our like, hey guys, here's what we're doing today. And Mango was trying to get some content. And this was the trending meme at the time. But this is my first impression of Mango Tango. We walk out into Stockholm Square, and there's like this big statue, this big bronze statue of some, I'm sure, historic figure of Sweden. And Mango just runs up to it, hangs off of the statue, selfie video records, and goes, "Sweden is my city!" And I don't know. That gave me enough of a character check. Was famous. I'm still in contact with Mojang, guys. I'm in like the partners Discord. I know Grumpy Ramen and like Lydia and everybody there. I don't know a lot of the new hires, but you already told us that a bunch of streams ago. Yeah, I know, but maybe they hadn't heard it. What happened to Mango Tango? I mean, I think he's still around. If not, he probably just stopped uploading.
Do you never?
Yeah, he stopped uploading 4 years ago. But he ended on some bangers, guys. Let's check these out. This is exactly what I meant. Who's your mommy? Mom turns into baby. Baby zombie eats us alive? Who's your mommy? Babies get married. Who's your mommy? Baby kisses new girl. How to summon SCP-173 in the crafting table. This is what I'm talking about. Like, I could do that kind of crap with my eyes closed. I'm just not, and I'd get millions, like hundreds of thousands of views. I'm not going to do that. I'm just not. That I would literally rather be homeless than do that for my revenue. And maybe that's a me problem, but yeah, I just don't know. My mind is mush now. Dan, do you Stampy? I know Stampy. I never met him, but he was always a really, really nice guy. And I know he was a lot of kids' childhood. And I did watch his final video about the map. Exploding TNT, yeah, he retired. Mango Tango was brain rot. Sam Gladiator, Afmau. I mean, Afmau's killing it, honestly. I'm happy for her. One Medusa on an all boys island. Bad boy has a crush on me in Minecraft? I mean, it got 1.2 million views. I obviously I'm in the wrong. Isn't Afmal controversial? I wouldn't say she's controversial. I think that the content she makes is high quality for what it is. She basically saw what I'm dealing with and immediately course corrected, because Afmal used to basically out machinima Minecraft roleplay me all the time. She like had the higher quality thing. She even basically made her own anime, and like they had good stories. They had good. Sometimes they stole jokes from other content creators, but like for the most part, that content was good. Very proud to watch. It was good quality content. And what she's doing now is just following the YouTube meta, which is more gamified. Dan's going to have to do stuff based off AFMAU. That is actually one of the rules of YouTube nowadays. Do you guys know this? This is literally something YouTube tells you if you want to do well. It's like advice that you get on your YouTube page. Unknown Road would have surpassed My Street. I said it. I really think so, but it was definitely going to be much darker. It was like My Street was definitely like kind of like if I had to call My Street like an actual anime, it'd be like a Sailor Moon, and then mine would be like Bleach. Well, yeah. So the rule for YouTube is just like see what videos your video is showing up against, and then copy their thumbnail design. That's it. You are literally being taught by YouTube to copy others. Bye, Butter. You have a good day. Be safe, man. Still waiting on the opening, Dan. Within memories, we were doing that AI voice acting stuff, or that song generation stuff. I did actually have it take a few cracks at like redoing the Unknown Road Out intro. There were a few I actually really liked. That's pretty depressing, not gonna lie. Oh, there's a shooting in your school? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope everyone made it out okay. I hate that that's a thing you have to deal with. When I was in school, that was never a thing that we had to worry about. Do it, show it. It kind of buried it, but I can probably find it somewhere. Hold on. I have to find the one that I actually liked, though. Oh, I have to go back a few pages. Okay. Yeah, let's see. This one's one. Let's see if I... trying to find the one I really liked. Hold on. I like this one. That's not the one I liked, actually. Never mind. It's so different. You get so many. Like, so just you get like brand new anime OPs like that nowadays. I'm trying to find the one I liked. Hold on. This is what Dan was watching in Century Saloon. I'd like that to be the case. I'd like one universe for it to be real. On. It's so funny though that you can do that. Now this is all AI generated. The backing track, the vocals, everything. You literally just give it the lyrics and what you want the song to be about. Let's see. I'm still trying to find the one I like because there's one I really liked because it goes hard at the beginning. No. Nope. That's the same one. Hold on. Oh, we did like a remix of the lyrics for that one. That's not it either. I know it's here somewhere. Hold on. What's the one I liked? Because you make like a bunch of these at the same time. That's it. That was it. That one's the one I liked. This is the one I liked.
Within memories of the past, eternal joy that can never last. As we head straight to our face, everything is crumbling. In a state of entropy, all cast it on to an unknown road. Whoa. Wondering, avoid nothing. Pleading for someone to end my suffering. It's the end of the line. With every passing minute, I feel my fighting spirit fading to the great unknown. I just wish there was a way I could count off the days since I knew a place called home. Then suddenly you reached out to me and I realized I am not alone. So you and I will travel this unknown road. For today, no
Right?
matter what they say, I'll ignore the seeds that they have sown. My friends beside me, I can keep fighting, removing kings from their thrones. With every passing minute, we'll break through our limit to see how far we've grown. Whoa, the path we chose is on our road.
What anime is this? This was going to be a show I was working on. Why are we losing viewers? It's just getting late anyway. But it is literally just watching me listen to my audio. But yeah. So it's pretty crazy what you can do because that was AI generated. What show? Unknown Road. It was a show I was going to do. It was going to be a Minecraft anime. Let me see. I've shown like previews. It was going to have like actual like animated voice flaps and everything in game. We had like a bunch of like sprite sheets and stuff like that. So that was that's the one I really liked. I want to rename this as the one I liked. It's got a really good story too. So it's a story about this guy. It starts with a really like a pretty it's definitely for teenagers. It's not for kids. It opens up Christmas in like the past. the main character's a little boy. He's going Christmas shopping with his family, and where he's at gets attacked by a superpowered terrorist that literally basically levels the entire area, and he's the only known survivor. That causes a big like government takeover to be like protecting against the people with superpowers, and so it kind of goes like 1984, indoctrinates everyone to hate these bad guys. It's kind of like the inverse of My Hero Academia. It's that everyone is really afraid of and tries to kill and arrest the people with superpowers. And so the plot is the main character grows up hating them because he assumes he loses his parents in the attack, but then finds out that his best friend is one. And then also, as soon as he accuses his best friend of that, his best friend gets shot and dies in front of him. Like it's got a really good and dark plot. And that's just the first episode. And then basically he kind of learns that the story is different and that there's like we have our own like villains of the day, which are called proxies. They basically work for the government as like behind the scenes false flag superpowered people. Good God, that's dark. Yeah, it's a pretty dark story. It does get better, but the whole point is like the society is kind of crappy and you have to work really hard to get out of it. And they'll try to trick you. Can you tell us some funny behind the scenes Manaf stories? Bye, Inky T. You have a good night. I mean, really, the only funny things are usually either we're just goofing around, but I don't really record that. I would watch that. Yeah, I'm really excited about it. Like I've got a lot of like, hold on, I got a script right here. I downloaded it very recently. The name's also changed around. Hold on. Michi no Michi Ranu, which was the Japanese name when I was going full weeb. We renamed it to Unknown Road because in Japanese that does mean the road unknown. So it's basically just like I can give you the we do have a meme, me and Avorn, because there's this one line. Our character was kind of this might be my pitch. Yeah, my pitch sheet. So this is the logo for it. Unknown Road. Yuji Yamanakata harbors a deep-seated hatred for superpowered people known as Mishiranu after one seemingly killed his parents as a child. After witnessing his close childhood friend be murdered by a government officer, a latent power awakens and he learns that he himself is what he's always despised. And then they basically go against the ostracized group. There's just a supernatural thing. This kind of gives like plots and details and stuff like that. We had like episode breakdowns. I really like, so everything, we had a theme for our enemy, our villains and our superpowers and stuff like that. So all our powers all our superpowers are called manipulations because they can manipulate a key component of gravity or like of something, and every single one has like a TION at the end of the thing. So Yuji has the OP. Which bit of the script do you like the most? Yeah, I had literally like I had an episode breakdown list. Like we were all the way down to episode 23. We had 2 seasons written. not fully scripted, but at least written. So he had realization. That's the OP power. His friend had gravitation, so he basically so you're not going to do it. I wish I could. Like even when I was able to do YouTube full time, it took a lot of time because if I can find it on Twitter, hold on. This is going to be hard to find when I can't even access my own account. Let's see. Oh, wait. Nope. I did it. I found it. Yep. So this is the skin for our main character Yuji, and this is kind of what it could do. We were on the Pixelmon map for this because it's just a proof that I could do it. But
Hey. Woo. Okay, bye.
like that was all on Minecraft. But you literally are doing animation within the game by keyframing and changing the skin on the fly. But that there took like 30 minutes of work just to do that bit. But yeah, we had like a lot of things. We had the antagonists. They were all we had proxies, which are like the bad guy people, Mishiranu. And they had basically they were all themed after Greek gods. So you got Cronoa, Janus, Prometheus, Harmonia, Hephaestus, Zephaea. And then like we have like all the minor characters. We were brainstorming like episode title names and powers that we hadn't actually figured out yet. Yeah, we tried actually reaching out to Rooster Teeth at one point. I tried getting Machinima and a few other people to pitch out to them on my behalf. But let me see if I can find the first episode script. You guys mind me doing a script reading? Like I have lots of like really cool ideas, I think, but I just getting them actually out has always been my biggest issue. All right, we'll do episode 1, which is called A Fork in the Road. We wrote this in 2016. So that tells you how long we've been working on this thing. So yeah, this is full screenplay formatted episode. And again, this is kind of like a rough first thing. Usually when we actually edit or like start recording the episode, sometimes things change because this is me visualizing before we have access to Minecraft to see what we can actually do in it. But yeah, so a busy Japanese intersection filled with tons of people shopping for presents, Christmas decorations lining the street. So it has like a bunch of establishing shot of people, and there's a very suspicious man in the frame of a shot. Reveal the young main character, age 9, looking through the window at some like pretty cool like Christmas displays. And so his mom's like, Yuji, you're supposed to stick close to us. Remember, we don't have time for this. I was just looking. And then the dad, so the mom and dad are supposed to be very kind of like, they're detached parents. They weren't like very good parents. But they loved him. They just were busy with work. And once you get later on, you realize that they had a reason for why they really wanted to leave now. All right, so hey kiddo, we really need to speed things up. All right, we've got a really tight schedule to keep. And then you're just like, it's always work with you guys. And then you listen to your father. You're acting childish. I am a child, and we're your parents. So when we say let's go, you go. Got it? So she goes to bring him along, but Yuji's a kid. He pitches a fit. He goes, no, listen to your mother, Yuji. And then he runs off into the crowd. They call his name. He gets lost. He's like, well, they always kind of make me tag along for work. It's not fair. I just wanted to look around for a little. I'll show them. I'll make the mystery ride. See how they feel about missing out. That's something me as a kid would actually have totally done. Be very spiteful. He runs around a corner. He trips on the lip of a curb. He stands up and realizes he's not familiar with where he's at. And so anxiety-inducing shots show that Yuji has no idea where he is. He gets kind of overwhelmed by the crowd of people around him. He realizes he's lost. He's like, Mom, Dad. And then suddenly a building next to Yuji explodes. Debris rains down onto the panicked civilians below, killing all the people there. He gets blown back a bit by the explosion. Yuji looks up to find that there's a man standing on top of a building holding a gigantic fireball in his hand. And he's just throwing them at buildings and they're exploding and blowing up. And then he finally aims at the building right in front of Yuji. And then literally, we're going to do like, as he looks up, he sees the gravel or the stuff falling down, and then it's going to cut to a news report. And it goes, we interrupt your regularly scheduled program to bring you breaking news. Mere moments ago, a horrific scene of brutality unfolded here as explosions rocked several major buildings in the highly populated blah, blah, blah. Lone assailant who possesses some sort of supernatural power began launching what appears to be fireballs from atop that building. The government has classified this man as a member of the Mishiranu, a militant terrorist cell. And again, this part might be like, might be a little redone. A militant terrorist cell with inhuman abilities funneled through a marking known as a stigmata. So like basically everyone that's a Mishiranu has like a mark on them, so you can tell what they are. And it's also usually kind of shows a visual representation of what their power is. Kind of like Taboo Tattoo, but not bad. If you've seen that anime. And we actually came up with this idea before Taboo Tattoo came out. So that's another time where I came up with a concept literally right before it became like mainline with something. And then Yuji is shown, he basically made it right outside the rubble. Redone means it's happening. I remake my scripts every once in a while. I'll read it and be like, oh, I could do this better. Anyway, Yuji's shown like emerging from the rubble of the building during the newscast. Cuts of the attacks are showing up, and for some reason, Yuji definitely was going to get crushed, but he somehow got moved, and we don't ever touch on that until much later in the show. So anyway, it wakes up to him in a hospital bed. It cuts to him in a hospital bed. He's watching the rest of the news report. Over 1,300 people died in that attack. And Yuji, as a kid, thinks that he lost his mom and dad as well. So this causes the Protect Our Nation bill. Any suspected Mishiranu can be reported to your local self-defense force branch and checked, basically. The Prime Minister is the bad guy of the actual show. And then Mom, Dad, I'm sorry. Then it goes to the opening. And then it's like, now we got a time skip. This one would be my top 3. I really want to do this one. I would really like to. I might do it in a different medium. I just don't know. And then like he has like this flashback. It's like, Yuji. And then he gets woken up. It's actually his teacher. So it cuts to him now 10 years later, about 9 years. And he's in class and he's sleeping. So he goes, glad to see you return to the realm of the living, Mark. He's like, glad to be back. And it's like, this is the 3rd time this week I've caught you sleeping in class. Do you find the tone of my voice soothing? Is that it? Class erupts in the laughter. You're a bright boy. Is this really what you want to be known as, a troublemaker? And then camera cuts to him. Everyone in class is staring at him. Of course not, Mr. Katagiri. It's just no excuses, Imadakawa. Now, please turn your book to page 252, whatever. And then he opens it. They're basically repeating government propaganda. He's like, we already know this. And this lecture is for your own safety. He's like, you think I don't know how dangerous the Mishiranu are? So he has a big outburst in class. Outbursts like that will not be tolerated in my class. Actually, that's quantum physics is really funny because so the way we have it, the power in this is quantic data. So basically, in my universe, there's like basically a data to everything. Like besides atoms, there's also like data to it. And what the Mishiranu do is they manipulate that data to change the outcomes. So basically every power is supposed to be based on a law of physics in some way, shape, or form. It's supposed to be scientifically possible. But yeah. So yeah. And then like, he gets cut out in class. Yuji's friend Koichi stands up for him. It's like, sir, I'm sure Yuji didn't mean no disrespect. It's just that, the massacre is a bit of a touchy subject for him, seeing as, he lost his parents. He looks at Yuji, who's obviously angry and edgy. And he's like, very well, out of respect for your circumstances, I'll be lenient just this once. However, next time you'll be held for counseling. And so counseling is basically like re-education camps. like a authoritarian kind. And most people just go missing. Anyway. So yeah, then we have an established shot of the school. This is after class. So this kind of establishes his friendship with his friend Koichi. You cool down a bit? And it's like, yeah, thanks. Without you, I'd probably be halfway to a counseling center by now. I would be very terrified to share something like this in case someone stole it. You're a lot stronger than me. Yeah. You guys think it's a pretty good story? I mean, you don't know where I'm going with this. Like, you got the initial bit, but like, whatever. If someone does steal it, I won't be surprised. More like Makoto Yuki. Honestly, yeah. The whole point is like, I wanted to make him like, he was a really cute kid, very energetic, becomes like a really edgy, like depresso espresso. And then after meeting and understanding how everything works, he gets like more normal. Back to what his normal is anyway. And then it's like, okay, so anyway, so he's like, you cool down a bit. He's like, yeah, thanks. And then he's no problems what bros do. All right, Knucklehead, spill the beans. You were up all night again, weren't you? Please tell me you were just binge watching anime. And you just like, someone spotted him again. So he's been basically keeping track of the guy that killed everybody in the massacre because he's got a vendetta against him, obviously. So yeah, so he's like, I know, but something just doesn't seem, the Flame Ishirani, so that's what they call him, the Flame Ishirani. It's like the Flame Ishirani, usually they caught that guy the week after the massacre, remember? There was a public execution and everything. Like, again, this is definitely like a dark show. I wanted to do something like that wasn't talking down and like trying to cover something a little, heavier than you would normally expect from a Minecraft roleplay. But yeah, so, and then, Yuji has his suspicions that it's wrong. He's like, yeah, I know, but something just doesn't seem right. No one ever saw his face, and every once in a while there'll be a rumor about a fire. And then Koichi's like, yeah, some random internet message board in the dead of night is totally a reliable source. I mean, I get why you do it, but I'm worried about you. And then, all right, fine. What would you have me do? There's this cute first year girl I know. Maybe I could hook you up with her. It's like, good luck. I'm sure the word about me getting almost counseled spread around school by now. Maybe we call that social unalive nowadays. This is old. This is an old script. Good point. I'm out. And then he like pretends to leave. And then you just like, oh, dude, I thought we were bros. He's like, well, yeah, but it was you or the ladies. Because it's supposed to be like a friendly, like fake womanize. Like he's like, oh, yeah, no, I like girls more than you, man. But yeah. Oh, yeah, we're still on about tonight. So actually about that, something kind of came up. And then you just like, oh, dang. Tell me about it. I'll be free tomorrow. So this kind of comes around. And then, you're just like, fine, you buzzkill. Yeah. But anyway, so then he leaves school and he decides that he should pick up a snack or something. So he goes to like a 7-Eleven. I mean, I tried reaching out to some people, but I've just never heard anybody actually do it. Started as a Patreon that counts out. I wouldn't be against that. So then here we get something really, really kind of messed up. On the way to the 7-Eleven, Yuji comes across a civilian man that's been stripped down to his boxers by a police officer because he's got a weird looking tattoo on him and they think it might be a stigmata. So they're screening him for it. Thanks for the raid, X Cherry Berry. This is a very weird video or very weird stream to be rated too. But yeah, so the guy goes, I told you I'm not a Mishiranu. Look, this is just a routine inspection. If you have nothing to hide, this will go by quickly. And then Yuji's like he's on the side of the police officer. He's been kind of like, he's been brainwashed and, he has his own reasons to dislike the Mishiranu because, again, he thinks that they're the ones that caused the massacre. So yeah, the police officers check out. He's like, we got a potential stigmata. And then the guy goes, it's just a tattoo. It's just a tattoo. They draw his guns on the guy. And the civilian starts running away. And then he gets shot and dies. And Yuji just walks past the body and goes, that's just one less we have to deal with. Like, it's not a good time. It's not a good world for the characters in this show. And then so he finally goes to the convenience store, gets his food, comes out, So what is the Twitch raid? So on Twitch, which by the way, thank you, Red Cherry Berry, for your raid. On Twitch, if you end a stream, you can send your viewers that are still there to another stream. It's kind of like just paying it forward, like paying your viewers forward, like showing them to people. But yeah, so yeah, I definitely wanted to make it like PG-13. Like it's basically I wanted it on the same tier as like Jujutsu Kaisen or something like that. Anyway, he goes to the 7-Eleven. He got his like cup ramen or whatever he got for food, and as he's leaving, he sees Koichi being very suspicious and running down the street, and there's some government officers chasing after him. So chat got disconnected. Hold on. My chat get disconnected. I'm gonna reopen chat real quick. I even made Yuji up to one letter away. You're not wrong. But yeah. So anyway, he checks. He sees Koichi running down, and he kind of he follows him to a construction site. Yeah, the YouTube algorithm would immediately kill this. The officer goes, "You're under arrest." And then Koichi's like, "You guys just don't know when to give up, do you?" And then Koichi actually uses his manipulation. So he magnetizes these two barrels, uses them to like incapacitate an officer. And Yuji sees him doing this. And so the camera, Yuji hides behind a dumpster to see Koichi fighting off the several government officers. He manages to take out two of the officers by magnetizing two barrels and flinging them into his opponents. Yuji's hiding behind the dumpster, seeing the whole thing unfold. He's like, "No way!" And then magnetism. So basically, there are two metal things, and he magnetized them to each other, so they kind of meet in the middle. And those two officers are just in the way. I can see YouTube copyright. No, they couldn't do that. They wouldn't be able to do that. But and then we get like a line. So anyway, Yuji's there, and the officers are passed out on the ground, and Koichi's like, "Yuji, I know you're here. Come on out." And then does he crush the officer? Yeah, but he doesn't kill them. He doesn't. I'm not doing the Naruto thing where like most of the time they don't like. Sometimes they do, lethally fight enemies. But it's always if there's no other choice. So Yuji's like, "Koichi, you're a Mishiranu." He's like, "When did you become one?" And he's like, "I've always been like this." So yeah, Mishiranu is like, it's a genetic thing. What the heck is this anime? Yeah, they wouldn't be able to. But it's like, "When did you become one?" He's like, "I've always been like this," because it's actually genetic. Yuji wouldn't know that. "You mean all this time?" He's like, "Ever since I can remember." He's like, "How many people have you killed?" So he immediately jumps to like the most bad Mishiranu. That's what they do. They all kill people. And he's like, "It's not like that." And he's like, "How many people have you killed?" "Yuji, listen to me. I understand how you probably feel right now." He's like, "How could you understand? Your parents weren't murdered." And then he accuses him. "You work with him, don't you? The flame Mishiranu. That's why you kept me off his trail." "That's not it, Yuji. I just didn't want you to get hurt. That flame Mishiranu guy is a terrorist, but I'm not like him. We're just people like everyone else, okay?" And then Yuji goes, "Stay away from me." And then Koichi goes, "Yuji, you're my best friend." And then at that moment, right when he says, "You're my best friend," he gets shot from behind by a third officer. And he dies right then and there. Yuji's shocked by that. Mishiranu neutralized. 3 officers unconscious, requesting medical assistance. And then Yuji slumps to the floor, going, "Koichi." And then officer's like, "There's another boy. Sugimari High uniform. Might be accomplice. Roger." And then Yuji's frozen in fear. He goes, "Please no." He's literally being held at gunpoint. The officer walks up to Yuji. He's about to arrest him. And then Yuji screams, "Leave me alone!" Like in a very visceral way. And then suddenly his back begins to glow and the stigmata materializes on his back. So as the officer sees that, he begins firing. And luckily, Yuji has the ability that helps him survive that, because what it is his body reflects right now. He's covered in quantic cloth, reflects the bullet back at the officer, and it does bounce it back at him exactly the same way, so the guy does die. Yuji's abilities are based off of vectors. So basically, if you punch him, he can reflect it the way it came. Or if he pushes himself off of himself, he can go faster as this goes on. And yeah, his powers are a little OP. Is it like Golden Wind in a way? It's more like if you've watched My Magical Railgun.
Hey Dan. Blue Solo just donated.
Oh, thank you so much, Blue Solo. Let me read that real quick. Like Wobbuffet. Yeah, exactly like Wobbuffet. I won't be able to do more than this, but I think either a Patreon series or we need to make a newer version of YouTube. Yeah, right? Ban the brain rot. I'll get behind that. Thank you for the $5. I appreciate it. Is your anime? It does have some things. Definitely, I definitely would pitch this if you pitched it, because a lot of times when you want to pitch a show to an executive that doesn't want to think too hard, you just kind of name drop things it's similar to. And I would say it's like the inverse of My Hero Academia, where it's like the superpowered people are actually the bad, like the ostracized people, the social pariahs. But yeah, so the blast, you know, so it's really cool too, because the cloth literally is like it's like an atom thin layer over his skin that activates innately, and he doesn't know how it works. So his outfit still gets a bullet hole, but it bounced off of his, like, inside the bullet. I think that's a cool detail. Yuji has no idea what's going on. The dead guy's cop, the dead cop's rock walkie's still going, asking, he's like, hey, is the target neutralized? Report. Is the target neutralized? Answer me. And then, they're going to be sending in more officers. And Yuji's having a severe panic attack. He's kind of stumbling away, and he's like running around town trying to avoid everything. This can't be happening. There has to be some sort of nightmare, right? And then he's being chased by these officers. They're shooting at him a little bit, and eventually they chase him into an alleyway with no way out. So he's basically trapped there. The two officers are at the end of the alley blocking his way out, and they go, we've cornered the Mishirani, prepare to take him out. They aim and fire. And before they do that, Yuji's like, he slumps to the ground and kind of goes, I'm going to die here, aren't I? Just like Koichi. And then as they say fire, he screams out, I don't want to die. And he gets saved. So Officer 2 and 3 fired their guns into Officer 1. His body falls to the ground. Yuji looks onward in shock as two people land between him and the officer. So they basically jumped off these roofs. So these are his supporting cast. And Shinji and Mio, two high school students, stand in the alleyway. And he goes, whoa, Mio, I didn't know you could do that. And you can see Mio, she's got a stigmata, and she's like, me neither. Oh God, I'm going to puke. And so she runs off camera and throws up. And then Shinji's like, well, that's one way to make a first impression. And then Yuji goes, what? He's like, you okay? Give just a second. I can move again. Take him out. So Mio's ability is she can actually manipulate individuals. So she can basically body control them. So she basically controlled the two guys to shoot the other guy that was about to shoot. Yeah, hers has a bit of a learning sphere to it. It makes her very queasy when she uses it. And then you okay? You just give it a second to fish. I can move again. The officers fire their guns at Shinji, who turns and looks at the bullets. His stigmata glows. The bullets literally stop mid-air and then plummet to the ground, because what Shinji has is he has gravitation. So what he did is he just applied a gravitation factor to the bullets. Yeah, so mainly psychic powers. A lot of psychic stuff. We got elemental stuff. And then when that's done, he goes, I didn't appreciate that, and I don't appreciate you harassing this poor guy either. And then his stigmata glows too. The guys are lifted up in the sky. Yuji looks on in awe, and then they're struggling in the air because they're just floating. And it's like, You're supposed to protect the little guy, right? That's a lie the government makes you spew out, right? We protect them from terrorists like you. That's funny because from where I'm standing, you're the terrorist. And then he just basically lets go of them and accelerates them into the ground. And then they impact the ground with so much force that it creates like a cartoon like cutout of their body silhouette in the pavement. And then he goes, okay, well, maybe that was a bit overkill. And Mio's is all over, but they have to get out of there quick. Yuji stands up and is like, why'd you save me? Like, we're going to ignore someone who needs help. I think we're running a bit behind. Think Koichi will get mad? So, so Koichi works alongside them. He was actually their group leader. And Yuji goes, wait, did that guy just say Koichi? And he turns to Mio. The tone shifts from being serious to comedic. He's like, well, introduce yourself to the poor guy. I was like, what now? And then that's like where we get the introductions. We get Mio and Shinji. He's like, I don't know what to say. He's like, I'm sure there's a lot of complicated emotions right now for you to unpack, but let's put a pin in that for later. It's not going to be much longer till the backup realizes you're coming with us. What? If you don't want to die, of course. And then that's how the episode ends. So that's the first episode of Unknown Road. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, that's too much for the first episode trauma. Yeah, it kind of does a lot of trauma dumping, but it's basically like he has to have his entire worldview completely shatter in front of him and flip. So you kind of need to like prove he needed a couple of things. He needed to be able to realize that he learned that his friend that he loved for his entire life, like a brother, was actually one of the people that he's always been taught to be afraid of. And then he loses that after that revelation. Then he learns that he himself is one, and all that kind of stuff. So I really feel like it's pretty good narratively for that. And then like the next episode, like this is a very dark episode. Like honestly, probably one of the darkest episodes we wrote. Like we do have some funny like haha episodes. Like I think, well, not haha, but like more jovial. The episode 4. Oh yeah, so basically but it gets better. Like I like this guy. This is a guard. He's basically, so I'm skipping a couple episodes ahead, but who else helped you write the script? Avorn. He heard me out. I still wrote everything myself, but yeah. So this is, I don't know if I'd even use this arc, but basically they take us to, there's like a training facility for people that learn their abilities because every episode has a training arc. We might change it up, but, yeah, it's got some pretty, there's actually, I might want to rewrite this anyway, cause this does have a very awkward situation. So, Mio, her backstory is, she was a daughter of a very wealthy family, and once she had her powers materialize, she was literally thrown out and she became homeless. And then a character that we meet in this episode is from her past, and he's basically he took her off the streets, and he's a wealthy kind of douchebag. And he feels like he's entitled to her love because of it. And he's also just like a cocky jock dude, but like one of those like smarmy kinds, like I'm higher class than you. And then we have different types too. So we have fabricator types. My manipulation generation, I dare say there's something certain elegance to my power. You're my queen for your extremely amazing performance earlier. And he makes her a flower out of thin air. And she goes, thank. And then you got fabricators, auxiliary types. My lovely Mio is an auxiliary type. And then there's guardian types, which are more like physically based. In today's example, dear Mio is directly manipulating your nervous system. Can I have your hair? You want it? I got enough of it. I don't mean that for real though. But yeah. Next Mr. Beast, I'm calling it, sure. But yeah, so like, you know, we got our own stuff. Like they basically get to learn on about how the story goes. Like I said, it's this is episode 5 script or 4 script, and we had fully written it out all the way to the end of the episode or end of the season. Can I have a Manaf texture pack? Yeah, just Google it. Is there ever going to be a kissing scene? Not there. There was like some light shipping between Yuji and Mio, but it's more that they just have a lot in common, so they just are really, really, really good friends, and like they get teased about it, but like there's nothing concrete. They kind of have more pressing matters on their minds. But of course, I added shipping. You have to have shipping to get the shippers on your show. Would you have done more seasons? Yeah, so I had written out 2 seasons, and that was about where I was going to end it. But at the pace I was writing, it seems like it'd be about 3 to 4. Honestly, at the pace I was writing, it would be about like My Hero Academia in length. And I don't think we'd do that. What are we talking about? We were talking about a show. Okay, yeah, so they're not actually Greek gods though. They're just, well, actually, okay, they kind of are. So the season 2 revelations, we finally kind of go into where did the people go? Where did the magic come from? And we find out that there's actually a hidden society of people that lived in like they had a society. They basically it sunk under the crust, and there's like an actual hollow like under earth area where the people that are called the Olympians lived. And what does the stigmata come from? So the stigmata comes from I can actually get that. I have the doc for it. Hold on. There's a game. What do you mean by that? What are the plans for Manaf in the future? Finish up vacancy filled, and then finish up security breach, and then be done. Actually, let's see. Where's my? Is it lore? It's my lore sheet. There's a My Hero Academia game. I'm not doing a new season of The Factory. No spoil. Wait, stop. I'll figure it out. Well, no, because it's not like it's not a big spoiler. Hold on. There we go. Lore sheet. So this kind of gives you like definitions for this stuff. Mishiranu are enhanced beings who have minute control over the laws of physics. Their powers are accessed through a stigmata, a conduit of quantic data, which is a genetic trait that lies dormant in a small subsect of the human population who are descendants of the people who lived in the mantle, the Olympians. These individuals control quantic data via manipulations. The condition is passed down genetically and activates through gratuitous exposure to quantic data, which is like very, very dense in the mantle. But yeah, stigmatas are basically a biological tool that helps manipulate the quantic data. Any stigmata could theoretically alter everything, but biological failsafes are placed to limit a stigmata to only one general use. Originally designed in ancient times as a tool to help expand the civilization, but it ended up causing infighting. Yep. And then we had like an idea. It's like, what if there's actually a huge master stigmata and everyone that has a stigmata has actually got a part of it? I'm doing good, Pizzeria Unit. How are you doing? And then you got proxies. They're basically Mishiranu that have been hired by the prime minister. That they've been the ones causing all the bad stuff in the show. And it kind of tells you what their ability is. Resolution. He's the prime minister. He's got the most OP ability. And then you've got generation. And then you've got evaporation. So Demeter literally, we have an episode where they're fighting the guy, And straight up, we have to figure out a way that, because he insta kills people by just evaporating all the water out of them, like instantaneously, they just turn into a mummy. Yeah, Pro Rider's around. He's been doing fine. Composition. Harmonia is really cool. So Shinji has a little sister. We have an episode where they basically they have a free day off, and they go to a mall, and there's this girl that has, because his sister is also a Mishiranu, and so she has like this frequency that Mishiranu can hear, and it can lure people away, and then she captures them, and then all the Mishiranu that get captured are then taken to Project Stratos, which is basically uses the Mishiranu as soldiers and experiments. Like they experiment to see what their powers are, mix and matching them, and trying to get them to be like the biggest killing machines. Very low success rate though. And then they believe the fissure holds hints on how to harness the data. And there's like the big fissure. The world building is insane. Yeah, we tried hard. Yeah, and then there's Olympus. Yeah, so thousands of years prior to present day, an ancient civilization thrived on Earth. They discovered the Earth's core generated what they called quantic data and could utilize this data to thrive. They first designed rudimentary conduits for the data and created Olympus, a paradise located within Earth's mantle. It was like the first big civilization. The close proximity to the core gave them access to all the quantic data they could want, but overwhelmed their conduits at one point. A new job. Yeah, the new job. I work for charity to help cover the adoption fees for like overrun shelters to stop some animals from being euthanized. And now I'm just like reading one of my design documents. But yeah, so it was very dangerous. They made the stigmatas, which was like a highly perfected version, but it could like basically do whatever. Literally, if you had it, you were basically God. So they decided that was too powerful, and they added a lot of failsafes. So they converted it to genetic code, modified their own DNA to have it. So basically, the whole idea is like, even if you had the full thing, your body couldn't handle it. So you couldn't do like crazy stuff with it. Because as you use the stigmata, it actually will expand over your body as it goes. Honestly, I just chose Greek as like a good theming thing. It's not actually Greek, because why would Greece be under Japan? The Easter Bunny got you Beyblades? All right. Yeah, so, and then individuals with the stigmatic code were biologically branded with a part of the stigmaticist design, allowing others to recognize and categorize stigmatic powers. Problematic powers would be dealt with, because sometimes if you have like something that can literally manipulate the laws of physics better than the others, then, you know, you got to get rid of it. But yeah, and then basically once all the failsafes were in place, they actually did great. They thrived for a very long time. Basically, the stigmatas were like their smartphones. Everyone had it. And they did great. Their domain had encircled the entire core of the Earth. So basically, the entire mantle of the Earth is like this gigantic ruined city that is all encompassing the entire core of this planet. And then with the quantic data that leaked out of the fissure, it started reactivating the people's DNA that were descendants, and that's how Mishiranu showed up. But yeah, that was my anime that we never did. Really wanted to do it, but you know, things happen. I hope you guys like that though. That was my pitch. Boop 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 boop. Yeah, it looks looks like the long lost son of Kevin James. You call me fat? I agree. I would have loved that, no joke. Right? Are you still planning to do Unknown Road? I mean, I'd like to. It's definitely, if I could do something, if someone was like, hey, we can give you like a budget for a show, what show would you like to do? That would definitely be the show I'd want to do. You kind of sort of look like a bit like Matt Damon. And that's a funny one. We actually had the Matt Damon thing. Hold on. If you look at the Chica poster behind me, hold on. Oh no, I froze. Guys, I'm frozen. Oh. Weird. All right, whatever. Anyway, the Matt Damon thing, I've heard that before. We actually started photoshopping Matt Damon onto the FNAF stuff. Well, thanks, Peace Angle. It means a lot. Well, Blue Solo, unfortunately, it's a kind of a problem with scale. You can make a website that looks like YouTube, but as soon as you got people uploading millions of footage of or millions of hours of footage to it, you're going to need a physical location that can store it, and that's almost impossible to do. Even Google has issues with that. But yeah, that was my my little update today, guys. We talked about a lot of things. I think though, like again, I'm not going to quit YouTube or anything like that. It's just I am working a full-time job now. So it's definitely going to interfere a little bit, but we'll still have our live streams because I get back before our live stream times. I've just been a little too tired lately, so I need to figure out how to like manage my time and my energy. But besides that, we're good. Whew. But anyway, guys, I'm getting really tired. I think I'm going to end the stream off. Thanks so much for hearing me out. Thanks for letting me rant and podcast and everything else. And it was cool to share it with you. I at least like that you guys were able to hear about the show I really wanted to work on. Coffee? I mean, coffee only works on me in the mornings. When I try to drink it in the afternoon, it just makes me stay up at night. Do you have any Manaf plot holes? There's probably a few around. Manaf wasn't the like Ronaldo himself. His form factor is kind of a plot hole, but we made it work. Anyway, I'm gonna head out. Bye bye, everybody. Thanks again. You have a good day.